What's up? What's up? Ooh, why is that like that? Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's go ahead and start the show. All right, so let's go over yesterday. We'll go over our economic calendar, and then we'll start on our charting. So yesterday the only really thing I saw was we had I had this marked up to FOMC high, FOMC minutes high, and then pre-market we kept touching this 38.66, and that's where we just kind of took off until at that 38.66 kind of came below it, took off, and then we kind of retested at FOMC high, FOMC minutes high, and then just continued to melt up. A person I like to kind of listen. I should have had this pulled up. Is this Smash guy, and what he mainly is saying, it's a lot of stuff going on, but what he mainly was saying was we were in a balance, 1, 2, 3, like a 4-day balance, had our spike up, and then our continuation yesterday. So you got your trend days and your non-trending days. So we had our our 4-day balance right here. We had our initial push up, kind of the breakout, and are they going to accept the breakout or not? They accepted it, so they continued higher. Filled in this sell candle, which is, with Smash Lido, he's all about filling in, volume. It's all about, the market's kind of all about volume. The more you learn on how volume affects everything, the more you're going to understand what the market's actually doing, especially with the high, with ES and NQ, SPY, QQQ. When we have these strong sell-offs, he says this B period. So you have a B period is a high volume up here, in the middle low volume, and then high volume at the bottom. So it's going to fill in that bad structure. Ooh, I just had something play my ears. So it's going to eventually fill in this big sell candle right here. And that's what we did. So let's see if we are going to accept the trend to continue up, or are we going to start basing. You can see this kind of happens a lot. Here's your 4-day balance, and then they took it down. You can move this over to a kind of a 4-day balance here. They filled in that weak structure, they popped it up, and then they started filling in that weak structure. So it's some things I kind of get our blinders where you know, it's take a step back, look at the daily. Like I took everything off my chart, supply and demand, just to show you this. Like look back, look at what we're doing. Go to your weekly. Weekly, what are we? We're still at inside bar. Um, let's see if it stays at inside bar. So that's consolidation for next week. So let's see a nice move next week on the daily. You can tell this sell-off candle was filled. Are they going to go for this one next? These. Um, for me, looking at this, you know, if we hold the inside week, we're gonna possibly create a. The main things are we gonna create a higher low? This is our range right now. We could create a pop out, bring it down, and then fill in all this, or we could just fall with inflation data next week. But the key thing is when we get to this area, I want to see a couple more touches of this kind of 39.50. If we start looking like this is where the squeeze is going to happen. Shorts are here, shorts are created here, shorts are created here, shorts are here. So someone's shorting the market at 39.50. When we eventually break over, we're going to fill that structure and probably all the way up to 40.76. So it's probably the next. Thank you, Brad. So that's the next possibility. Let's go daily. Let's look at our volume. So volume, I've been noticing where our higher volumes are going to be at the lower of a trend, a sell-off. So going forward, I'm going to kind of use that. You can tell high volume here, what we do, have a reversal. High volume here, what happens? We have a reversal. High volume here, what happens? We begin our reversal. High volume on this candle, well, last day of the month, so might not make sense, but high volume here, what happens? We have our reversal. So definitely, guys, make sure you step back. If you ever watch me trading, I'm on 1 minute charts, just watching 1 minute charts. Sometimes it's always good to step back. So yes, we're watching this pivot here, 39.50. I'm just going to go ahead and mark it up as a key level. Supply and demand has been tough. That's why you guys haven't seen me alerting a lot. Trend days are tough for supply and demand because what we want is to have it come down into a supply or come down into a demand, kind of retrace into a demand and then pop up. The only one I saw, which wasn't the highest quality one, was this right here. We pushed up here. This candle we came down, touched, and then continued up. That was really the only supply and demand. I marked up I think I'm pretty sure I had my alerts. I said, we created a 4 hour, but look, we never came down to it. That's what we really want to see. We do have a fair value gap here. So I kind of like to mark those up. See if it comes down, kind of fill in that selling, buying pressure, buying candle, and then pop back up. Let's go ahead and look at our Friday. We have payroll, unemployment rate. Ooh, the monthly unemployment rate. June, yeah, first week of July. That's gonna be pretty big. Wholesale inventories, that's gonna be decent at a 10. They got Williams speaks in Puerto Rico, not sure what about, at 11, and then consumer credit at 3, which you shouldn't be holding any 0 days going into that. If we go to NQ, NQ is a little weaker today. NQ's been leading the way. Let me try to find something. Well, let me pop this up here. Something to keep in watch. Pop it. I won't show. Right here, alert of 7/6, Wednesday. Keep these on watch. Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. Strong. Apple, 2%. You Microsoft up. Microsoft was a little weaker yesterday. Google up almost 4%. Amazon started off weak, but pulled pretty strong, up 2%. These are your, even Tesla up 6%. These heavy hitters on your weighted on SPY. Keep those in watch. Like Apple. Apple created a higher high. Apple's ahead of the game. Look at Apple compared to ES. Apple is a lot stronger than ES right now. Meta created a higher high. Google created a higher high. Amazon has not created a higher. Amazon's actually lagging a little bit, but dipped a little bit more too. What was it? Microsoft, yeah, created a higher high. Tesla has not created a higher high. So these are your, if these stocks stay strong, the market should push. That's one thing you guys gotta keep on watch. If you are just playing SPY, definitely keep these stocks in the back of your mind on what they're doing. Especially Apple. I mean, Apple's staying strong. We are hitting this kind of supply here. Look, we're almost at this area, the end of May area. ES has a while to go. Look how much stronger Apple is compared to ES. So always keep that on watch. That's something you always gotta, when you're watching SPY, you gotta watch the other ones. All right, so that zoom out sometimes. That's what kills me a little bit. NQ, weaker today, has been stronger. That's why you see me playing a little bit more and more QQQ than SPY lately, because it's been stronger and weaker, so the move's gonna be better. SPY, I showed you guys this yesterday. Your swing high to your swing low. We rejected 50% here. We came back up. Where was our high yesterday? Where was that high yesterday? Right at that 50% retracement. So we have to watch. Are we going to... We retrace 50%. Are we going to kind of get a liquidity grab and get a little higher high? And people think, oh, we create a higher high that trends up and then they just dump it. You know, they did that right here. Kind of the same pattern, you know. So that's why I'm kind of watching this. We have that drop, retrace 50%, but we came back down. Oh, wait, they brought it back up to the 50% mark, just slightly above, and then dropped it. This one was a little slower, but they retraced 50%. They bought back down. This was like, I think, the 0.68 fib, and then they dropped it pretty strong. Yeah, they broke above like the 0.618 just a little bit. They get at 0.5 fib. Look at that drop. But going back to NQ, you know, I even told you guys that that 11.7 squeeze point on NQ. Like I said, once we broke above that, we're gonna squeeze pretty hard. You know, that's just that. How many times we rejected here, rejection here, broke up above a little bit, another rejection. We came up. You know, if you look short time frame, rejection, rejection. Once we broke above that, you know, we kind of been decently strong. I should have long QQQ on that one. I wouldn't have held long anyways, but NQ up 4% is pretty big. All right, so go to ES. Let's mark up some supply and demand since we kind of have this. Oh, my back is itchy. All right, mark up some supply and demands. Let's see what's happened. We have our 4 hour we haven't hit right here. And above that, I mean, 414. Man, that'd be that volume. There's nothing. So we could, you know, if we break over here, I'd like to see a couple more touches. You know, there's one test, two tests, three tests. You know, if we're gonna get up that 39.50, test it a couple times, and then we're gonna squeeze up to 4. Not sure if that's everyone's interpretation of a squeeze, but that's mine. But we have our supply where we sold off very strong here. So let's see if we come back up and do it again. NQ. Now, NQ, we should have, I should have noticed this too, kind of going forward. We have this supply right there. We had one rejection, and then we were able to consolidate in it, which just showed, it's not a supply. They're kind of trying to make supply demand now. So that's kind of what they did here. You can tell there's that retest of it right here, and then that continuation up. Looking at ES. That's where we kind of rejected here. We kept rejecting it. Eventually, we broke it, and then we'll just continue up. If we break it like that, end of day, usually next day we're gonna break out. But right now we're watching that. We're watching that downtrend from we're just in this huge flag from April. It probably goes back to the beginning of the year. But you can tell every time we tap the bottom, we get a strong push. Are we going to tap the top? Drop. I can bring it back here. Tap the top, drop. It doesn't go all the way back. 41.93 is going to be the tough spot. That's what I'm going to turn probably 100% bullish if we're able to pass that 40, 41.94, 42. But let's go to, let's just create our supply and demands. It's kind of weeklies on the inside. There's doesn't really give us much on the 2-day or the daily. This could have been a nice. I was watching this right here on the daily. A nice reversal, using supply and demand. Nice reversal here. You have your drop, your base, rally, base, rally. That's what Google did. That's what Amazon did. I showed that all yesterday. We dropped down to that rally, base, rally. We continued up. So a lot of misses lately. Been missing a lot lately. But that's kind of have your blinders on. It's good to that's why kind of looking back can help. I think I'm, usually I have 4 different charts. I think I'm going to start doing like a 5-15 hour daily on just one chart. I'm going to probably start sticking to ES and then be able to flip through these. But ES, 3900 key level. We had a decent rejection of it yesterday, and then a nice retest of it and a push up. That could have been a nice another buy-in. QQQ, we had a nice call on QQQ yesterday. You could tell you have your initial move and then your push. You know, we're just kind of watching this triangle form. Came back down, kind of retested it. Retested, continue up. Dark pool. If you guys don't have TweetDeck's amazing. It's like Twitter, but you can have it by columns. Let me see if I can flip it over. Hold on, let me see if I can move it over here. I'll show you guys. So TweetDeck, you have kind of these columns, which is pretty cool. Okay, this is how I have you have just everybody who's on your Twitter. Right here, I have my flow. So anyone who posts flow during the day, I have it. So you could just kind of get free flow. 12:30, someone bought $10.4 million worth of out of money calls. So at 10, what was that? 12:30 on SPY. 12:30 on SPY right here. I mean, not the best buy-in right there, I'll tell you that. They probably bought it with a break of that high and that new high. But what I like to see is you kind of, but going back to TweetDeck, I have my flow. I have kind of this guy I'll follow on supply and demand. I'm learning a lot from him. Traders who I follow, but they have private, but they kind of give little updates. I have Lance a lot. There's other people who give decent ideas, give charts and all that, and Master Wu. And then I have my best, which is all my news. So I have all this up, but you can tell right here, dark pool. 12:42, we had almost over 500 million at real time. So QQQ. Best thing to do is just mark that up. 12. What time was it? 12:34. So they got it at 12:34. They probably, by the time it was reported, they got it right here. You can tell I like to put on my chart, use it kind of as a support and resistance. There's that test continuation up. If I would have saw that and it wasn't on my computer, that could have been a good time to go long on QQ. We also had that the previous day, a real time right here. They got here. Look at where the FOMC minutes low go to. That dark pool continued up. That could have been a nice support bounce. And then you also have phantom prints, which is if you watch, those flow guys, you'll see a phantom print. I think was at 178 on IWM. I haven't charted IWM in a while. Let me try to find that actual phantom print. I just have IWM phantom print for 178. So a phantom print is they're predicting the price to go to that, and they get paid based on that. Not sure how it works, but that came in IWM phantom print at 6:30, probably at the lows right here. They took a bet, not sure how it works, to go to 178. When price hits 178, they're getting paid. That's a pretty, when you see those phantom prints, I think Uber has one right now. There is 300,000 shares at 178.24. Price is currently trading at 170. 178.24. So they got at 170. So, when you're watching these tweet decks, phantom print, there's a hashtag for Twitter. Is there hashtag phantom print? Got data coming out pretty soon. Should really play futures. You tell with that phantom print look, they start getting calls. They're following the flow. There's that phantom print. Tesla on June 16th had one at 6:30. So they're Tesla June 16th. See what that did. I'm trying to wait this data. At what time? 11:41. June 16th. They had a phantom print here for 6:30. But price dropped where? To 6:30. So definitely keep those on watch. I wish someone would just post a phantom print every time. Baba, June 14th. Phantom print 116. Price was 115. Oh yeah, that's not that crazy. But let's watch it. Yes, that data. There's that drop. Wow. And then you go to TweetDeck. Payrolls. U.S. unemployment rate came in as expected, as previous to. June payrolls were up. So 81K and government payrolls down. So no idea what all that means. All that matters is how the market reacts to it. trying to open my futures. So market reacted negatively to the man, that was a beautiful short. Damn, I didn't have my laptop up for that. Oh, that was the play of the year right there. It's a beautiful short, creating higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. Where's the break? Right here. Drop. So with that, what I like to watch is, let's see, 3 hours not gonna close. No, there's your tell that's a strong, right here is a strong supply, also kind of high of day right here. We caught this short last night. Me and my buddy, we trade futures. Came back up here, rejected really nice. Came back up here again. No, that was this morning. We caught this one right here. A nice drop. So that's a strong supply because look, we made a broke structure there, broke structure there. So let's go ahead and start building our pre-market. Do I have that popped up? Our pre-market. Data, we have what, 10 and 3. it just pop up 50%. There's your, that was another short right there. You have a big sell candle, usually volume wants to fill in halfway. Fill it in halfway. I'll maybe be back in 2 minutes. Hold on, my son's, go see my son. I'm back. You guys are, oh, we got 3 likes. Awesome. Tweet deck. Brad. Tweet deck. Pretty cool. I mean, you could create a new column. Um, you could add whoever you want. I could do CNBC, and I could add them to a column. All when I want. But this feed I like better because it's kind of broken down. If you're just watching Twitter, it goes fast, 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 fast. You know, this one kind of, I like that news feed too, with Walter Bloomberg and FX Hedge and all that live squawk. The robust pace of U.S. hiring continued in June as employees added 3,720 jobs, a boost that may ease worries of impending recession. So employees added jobs. I don't understand it all. All right. NQ. Start building this so we can send this out. NQ. 4 hours not going to close, so we got to break it down. I like to see this candle close before market opens, so right here. So key level 12.1. Supply 11. It's basically 1200 demand. We are weaker today than ES. VIX. Looking at VIX, here's that key pivot yesterday I had, 2647. 2647. There's that breakdown of it, and then we basically dropped a whole dollar. That's a decent, that's why we kind of melted up. Also, where are we right now? Are we rejecting it? I just shorted. Okay, sweet. What are we doing here? We're rejecting it. I can see us getting down here. Going into next week, I'd like to see us kind of fade with inflation data and then pop. So VIX stays. Apple. $143 still a key. $143 key. We got calls. What we get? 145 calls for like 0.46 here. Yeah, 143. This is what I'm talking about. This big mistake I'm making to zoom out. Look at this. Tested that 143. We broke above. We were able to hold it. We wicked it. We were able to hold that. We continued up. There's that wicks. Oh wait, you're like, okay, we're struggling. If we're able to hold it the next day, continue up. So let's see if we're going to be able to hold it today. We're just going to straight sell off. So let's see it watch. Let's see, maybe that 143.49 or the 143 hold. Looks like tech's taking a hit. It's due. We can't. It's so hard to push up so strong like that. Do we create any? No, Apple's just been straight green. AMD. Really watching, the only thing I see on AMD is right here. 4 hour. I like that 3 hour better. We're gonna keep them both up. So here's like the drop, base, rally with a gap up. I'm on alert 76.50 just to watch it when we get down to 75.35. 75.18. 76 demand, and we still have a gap above. Meta. Let's move Amazon. I kind of moved up Amazon Tesla. So let's move Amazon right there. Amazon, looking back, head and shoulders, completed it, but just didn't fall. Nice strong move up. We are rejecting the supply right here, kind of this pivot of 118. 118. So Amazon 118, huge pivot. Amazon Prime's coming up, so we do have possible news about that. I think they come out with the sales numbers maybe like the week after, if I can recall. But on the downside, definitely tough. The only thing I really like is this 2-day right here. 107.38. Meta. So Meta, I thought yesterday would fill the gap and then reject, but it just rejected the gap. Because we have a supply above that. So looking out, Meta broke on the outside. Yes, is it inside week? Meta, not inside week. Stronger. Okay, 850. We had a first demand bounce from here. So when we create a demand, we usually create a demand. Broke structure here. But right here, strong demand there. Oh, I already had that demand. 160. Let's see if we can still hold 170, 169. Google. There's Microsoft rejecting. Tech's really weak today. But Microsoft, here's this uptrend, main uptrend. We have a 2-day. So we do break that uptrend. If we do break that downtrend, we are hitting that 2-day demand. Nvidia, super strong, rejected 160. Let's see if we hold 150 again. Um, 152.78. One 52.58 gap up demand. Seems like we rejected. We filled the gap pretty well, and then just rejected. Tesla had 3 hour here. Here's that rejection. And Tesla, that's Tesla. 729 level, 733. 733 was supply. And then we have 698 demand. Go look at some other tickers. We're kind of rebounding a little bit. So let's look at what was strong. BBBY missed opportunity yesterday. GME had their stock split. BBBY posted. Yeah, John. Okay, their numbers are a week after. Okay, BBY posted CEO got shares after. He probably knew about the GME split because he got shares like it was announced like right after the GME split. So he got shares. He's up 30%. Okay. But a lot of these tickers, look at these tickers. A lot of them are short squeezes, whatever. A lot of them are just been beat up lately. Moderna was strong. Don't know why. A big cup. But it's Friday. Remember, guys, anything 0 day treat as lotto. Oh, look at this Bitcoin. Okay, look at this. 4 hour doji. So dojis, I like to take the whole wick, the whole thing. Look at that beautiful touch. Continue up. Oh wait, where did it reject? Oh wait, in that daily supply. Look at that. But appreciate you guys today. You can go send this out. Kind of go talk to my son a little bit. So he's just waking up. Appreciate you guys. I have an interview with the Strat. I don't know if you guys know the Strat on Sunday. I'm just gonna go over my trading journal. I kind of adapted the Strat a little bit, but not. I don't trade fully 100%. I like the Strat as exits. But have an interview on that. Once he posts about it, he's gonna do a promo for it. I'll share it on my channel and also um, share my channel and also post it on Twitter. So appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the weekend after today.